Hello and welcome to Temple Athletics. I'm your host, Jack Byrne. And on today's program, we'll be joined by members of the men's soccer team, the men's golf team, the women's rowing team, led by head coach Rebecca Grabowski and student athletes Kat Pizdersky and Arohi Patel.
We're coming in hot with some great stuff on our show today. Our Sports Update is live and it starts right now.
Like any sports organization, TUSAC places a huge emphasis on using social media, often posting about upcoming Al Cup eligible games. When student athletes use the hashtag OwlsUnite, it not only qualifies them for Al Cup points, but also carries a much greater meaning overall. It's been right here at Franklin Field, where the Penn Relays have been established as one of the most important sporting events in the world. And according to Penn Relays director Dave Johnson, the relays have not only withstood the test of time, but continue to expand with every passing year. There's no better mid-distance runner than Millie Howard. She set multiple school records during her time here at Temple, but that didn't come without a few bumps in the road along the way.
Now, Coach, your team really rallied there towards the middle of the game, but you came up just short. What did you see from your team, and how can you guys improve?
Despite this tough loss to the UPenn Quakers, Dunphy still holds plenty of respect in the Big Five, particularly from Penn head coach Steve Donahue, who says that one day Dunphy himself will be up there with the other Owls greats. Throughout Millie Howard's record-breaking years here at Temple, track and field head coach Elvis Ford has seen her confidence and skill level grow exponentially after having a tough sophomore season.
And how are you going to work towards the next game against ECU, Coach?
Sure. We got to keep working on consistency.
Hello and welcome to Temple Athletics. I'm your host, Jack Byrne. On today's program, we will be joined by members of the women's soccer team, led by head coach Seamus O'Connor and student athletes Bella Sorrentino and Hannah Alexander. With me now is Coach O'Connor. Welcome, Coach.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for being here. So Thursday night was your most recent game. What happened in that game? Breaking news on campus. Construction of the new Charles Library has been halted until the spring of 2040 due to Temple deciding to build yet another sky bridge. This new sky bridge will connect the 11th floors of Johnson and Harvick halls to each other. The university eventually plans to build enough sky bridges around campus so that no one will have to walk on the ground ever again. I know you have a background as being a goaltender yourself at Athlone Institute of Technology, right?
Correct.
So do you put a special emphasis on your goaltenders? Do you give them like special attention? Or I know it's a very important position on the field, but do you have like a special connection with those goaltenders?
The new Arabic cuisine is taking this campus by storm, and its name is halal. I got to speak to a few Temple students about their new favorite meal.
Led by head coach Brian Rowland and student athletes Lucas Fernandez and Simone Lefebvre. With me now are Lucas Fernandez and Simone Lefebvre. Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. So pretty much, you guys have been killing it recently, especially after starting the season, 0-3. So you're on a 2-game winning streak, starting with your win against Lafayette and then against Delaware. So how have you guys turned the season around?
With the NBA regular season coming to a close, the Sixers are on track for their first playoff appearance in 6 years, and just added a familiar face to the roster to help them succeed in the closing stretch of the season.
All right, that's great to hear. Well, thank you so much for being here, Coach. We'll be right back to meet our student athletes right after this. Welcome back to Temple Athletics. Joining me now are student athletes Kat Pizdersky and Arohi Patel from the women's rowing team. Welcome, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. So I just want to start off by asking you guys, what first brought you to Temple? Kat, you can start.
It was kind of a long journey.
What's that kind of pressure like? Because, obviously for the average golfer, the pressure is just to make the ball go forward, to get it to go where they want it to. But, with these huge tournaments, there's just so much more added pressure. Like, what's it like dealing with that? Join us next time for another episode of Temple Athletics on TUTV. Have a good one.
Reporting from the Temple Sports Complex, I'm Jack Byrne. Guys, back to you in the studio.